Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm in Warpaint. I play guitar and I sing, and this is...
I'm Stella Mosgower and I play the drums in Warpaint.
Well, I think we're incorporating a lot more of our influences on this album. So just the ability to keep growing and changing and incorporating new stuff is, I think, where our heads were at. And not limiting ourselves. I definitely don't want to be boxed into a certain type of genre. It's not my idea of fun as a musician. When a band has a cohesive sound and has something that sounds like them, it's kind of just, it's not really something you can dissect. It's naturally that way. And I think that, again, like I was saying before, we like to explore, but there's just some tones that I always will gravitate to, and that even if I get interested in other ones, it's still that bass, and same with all of us. And there's a certain way that we interact with each other, and that will kind of never change, even if it morphs, you know? So, and the way that we write songs, there's no specific formula at all, which, again, I think is great because it keeps things moving and keeps things fluid and interesting for us, at least.
I feel like it's really disparate, so it's kind of, there was like an idea of some kind of echo park scene when, at least when I joined the band and we started touring, and people would mention it in press, but I don't think it really exists because it's not as concentrated as places like Williamsburg or London, or LA is, as you know, as anyone who's been there or lived there knows, it's a kind of a collection of giant suburbs as opposed to one focused city with a focused identity in a way.
Yeah.
So it is, I think people, it's really romantic to think about a scene, but it's more like there are certain bands that will end up playing the same venue. So I feel like The Smell had a scene for a little while, and people do try, but it's kind of hard to sustain in LA just because of the nature of the city and the setup.
We have a nice warm-up ritual, which is great. We have little mini amps, and we play songs. We work on anything that might have felt rusty the night before, where there might have been an issue. We warm up a lot. I think singing and playing together is really important. And just remembering that every time you get out on stage, even if you're at some festival and you've only seen the backstage, or you've been rushed there and you don't even know where you are, every time you get on stage, there's a bunch of people out there that you end up wanting to really connect with and play great for. And so I always try to just like put myself in that mode and think about where I'm gonna be. That's a big thing. Where I'm going to be in 5 minutes when I go out there, and what I'm going to care about. Sometimes it's easy not to care, honestly, when you're on the road all the time. And you're like, this is another show, but every time you get on stage, it matters. And yeah, that's what I think about. What about you?
I agree.